I don't. I think that being true to myself is something that I really it's very hard for me to do, and it's just based off of like how I am, right? I'm like I'm very maladjusted. I'm misanthropic. I'm an asshole. I don't get along with a lot of people. I like to be alone in my house. I'm a degenerate. But this is really what I feel comfortable being, and it's what I'm content with. I feel calm and at ease. And whenever I try to be or pretend to be somebody else, I'm always tensed up. I'm always nervous. I'm always worried that, people will see through it, because it's really not who I am. And so people will see. I think that, yeah, you're right. It does create more toxicity and hostility, etc. But it's also not something that I'm going to stop because of that. And that's really what it is. I think that's the biggest factor. Now, I will actually say that I think that recently, the truth is, like, I like debating and arguing with people. I do. I like it a lot, and I find it stimulating and interesting. And whether that's GGX or the some person in chat, or whether that's some other random person, I enjoy doing this, and it's something that I like doing, and I get fulfillment out of doing this. So that's why, like, if you go back, I think a lot of the criticism that I've received over the years has been that I argue a lot with chatters. Why do you think that keeps happening? It's because I get something out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting something out of this, obviously. And it's like, why would it be that, like, the exact same thing keeps happening over and over and over? Well, it's probably because it's something that why ban them then? Well, because I don't want to listen to what they're saying, right? Like, just because I want somebody to disagree. And I don't really ban there's a lot of people that I don't really ban, but I do if I feel like somebody is being unreasonable or, in my opinion, stupid. And I think that, again, this is not really, like, this is just, yeah, I don't want to read some comments because I just think they're, are vitriolic, yeah. Body ruining it for banning us, yeah. Banning us the scapegoat usually, not the ones that are genuinely arguing. Yeah, I think so. Problem with the silencing. The bans and banning people is not going to stop. I don't think that I don't really owe anybody a platform to be rude to me on. I don't really want to listen to things that I don't want to listen to, and I don't have to, and so I don't. It's really just that simple. And so, I don't really want to live my life and be in a place where I'm always on edge or worried about people trying to take what I'm saying in some different way and then misinterpret it or attribute it to something that's unrelated to draw a conclusion that I don't agree with. Like, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to. I don't want to live my life that way, and so I'm not going to. So I think that's really what it comes down to, and I think that there's a lot of people who are trying to, I know that there are people who are unhappy about that, and you're trying to, like, you're trying to, like, disagree or tell me, like, it's like wrong or something like that, right, or whatever. Like, I don't really, like, I at the end of the day, I just don't want to deal with it, and I don't want to read it, and I don't want to have people that constantly try to fight me on everything. It's exhausting, and I do think that it's true that I've given too much attention to that stuff, which is kind of why I want to make a video and address this all, because I feel like I've brought it up a lot on my stream, and I think that the constant, like, debating and arguing with chatters and telling them that they're banned, I could see how this is this is kind of like a mood killer, and so I think I'll probably tone that down a pretty good degree, unless it's just something that's really funny, like the one guy that was like the Final Fantasy Andy, but he actually was playing WoW. He was trying to, like, make Final Fantasy players look bad. Like, I think that that I'm not gonna not do that. But I think that the consistent arguing and things like that with chat, I don't really want to get into it too much and try to like fight with people and change people's minds, etc. And so that's really what it comes down to, is that I've wanted to do different stuff with my stream. I don't really feel like I have a future playing video games all the time. And I don't really like, I go into like, it's kind of weird. I go into like a sensory overload whenever I play games sometimes on stream, because I have so many things going on at a time. My brain just like shuts down. I think a good example of this is like Cuphead. And whenever I play the game, like I like, there were like other weapons and like I couldn't learn the controls, but I just get into like such a frantic or like manic state. I just like, it's like, have you ever been fucking something up and you know you're fucking up, but you can't stop fucking up? That's exactly the way that I felt. That's fucking exactly what it was. And so, like, I feel like I've done this a lot with, like, games, and I find that it creates a lot of like, genuine, like, bad feelings with me, and so I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah, Cuphead was bad for you. It was not enjoyable. And I feel like I've only become more like that, and I don't really want to deal with it anymore. So Cuphead is sensory overload? Well, regardless if it is or not, like, I've had the same thing happen with like other games too, and it makes it hard for me to approach things because of these things. And so, I played the game then? Well, because I had played it before and I wanted to try it out. Like, the thing is, like, some things I put a lot of thought into, and other things I just kind of shoot from the hip, and I'm like, oh, let's try this out and see what it's like, you know? And so that's really what it is. And so, some Dark Souls games anymore? Well, I have, like, a familiarity with them. I think